Welcome back to my channel, everybody. It's your hostess with the mostest, Queen Karizma, and I'm back with another commentary video. I have an update for y'all regarding the passing of Shanquella Robinson, and this is from thesun.com. This was written by Rachel Dobskin. A business owner celebrated living freely in a tragic last post before she was found DEAD in Mexico. Shanquella Robinson, 25, from North Carolina, was on a trip with friends to Cabo when her body was found inside a villa. Shanquella Robinson died within the first 24 hours of her trip to Mexico. Cops say they don't suspect foul play, while her grieving mother believes her daughter suffered a fatal assault. The North Carolina resident was found DEAD with a severe spinal cord injury and autopsy confirmed. Her death came within the first 24 hours she was in Mexico after arriving on October 28th. According to Shanquella's mother, Salamandra Robinson, a maid found her daughter's body after a spinal cord injury.
So she was showing symptoms. My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the villa because there was traffic. I don't know why. So I got to the villa around 3:26. I instantly, as soon as I go in, I go to Quilla. Quilla didn't leave my side, none of that, till the nurse came. But I got too far ahead.
The death certificate for Shanquella confirmed Salamandra's previous claims that the cause of death was a spinal cord injury, according to autopsy results obtained by B0DY. The death certificate for Shanquella confirmed Salamandra's previous claims that the cause of death was a spinal cord injury. Despite Salamandra's concern, officials in Mexico have reportedly denied that Shanquella's death was a murder and claimed that the police investigation did not show signs of foul play. After the news of Shanquella's death surfaced, people flooded her Instagram with heartfelt messages. If you have any further information regarding what happened, they are investigating. I believe the mother is looking into private investigators, as I mentioned in my first video. Check out my first two videos if you have not already. They arrived back in their cities, back in their states without Shanquella. And like this report says, a Maid found her. So I don't know what that guy, I believe his name is Nazeer, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna have to start putting these names on it. I believe Nazeer is the guy who came out and spoke initially and said that he came a day later. He didn't have nothing to do with anything. He's just sounding really guilty, really nervous, like he is hiding something. They all know something more than what they're saying, I believe. The attention is also on Deja. Deja is the alleged woman who beat Shanquella to death. A lot of these people who went on this trip, they are college educated, so they have more sense than how they behaved. Deja herself has a bachelor's degree. And also, I believe Nazeer has some type of degree. So these are educated men and women who went on a vacation and basically let this girl die. And, you know, they didn't know how to act. They recorded the whole thing. And that's another thing. It sounds like Nazeer is the one who actually recorded.
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
If I'm not mistaken, it seems like he was the one who recorded it, because he said that he took his phone out and started recording. Now, I'm just so confused, because he said that he came the next day. So why are you recording the next day? Like, why didn't anybody call the ambulance right after the fight on that first day? Why did they wait until the last minute?
My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the villa because there was traffic. I don't know why. So I got to the villa around 3:26.
They wanted her to be DEAD, in my opinion. Something nefarious went on, something satanic went on. And I am going to continue to report on this. So Deja, a little bit about her. Again, her picture is floating around because she's the alleged woman who basically we saw fighting by herself, a person who was not hitting her, a person who clearly did not want to fight, a person who was defenseless and allegedly did not even have any proper attire on. So this tells me that someone came into her room. It was other people and they plotted this. They had to come into her room because according to CaboVillas.com, Villa Linda is a 5-bedroom villa. It sleeps 12 people. It has 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 2 half baths, and is 6,049 square feet. Is daily maid service available except Sundays. And it looks like it's by the ocean. So out of all this stuff you can do, why were they just in the house? Why were they like, what was they doing? What led up to this fight? Did they just not like her to begin with? I'm starting to think that these women and men plotted on her and that this woman was trying to probably get her alone all this time. I don't know if it's a man involved. I don't know. I just know that this is extremely sad, okay? Now, the flooring in the whole entire villa is all white marble floors. So that's probably why her spine was broken or cracked and her neck was broken, because when she slung her down, she hit that solid floor. And not to mention, she wasn't even fighting her. She could have been intoxicated.
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
Could have just, woken up. We don't know what happened, but all I know is that that woman was wrong for how she beat that woman, as if she did something, stole something from her or something, as if she didn't come to the same trip on the same vacation with her. That was pure hatred. It was rage. It was jealousy. She behaved like a damn animal, like a baboon or a gorilla. That's how she was behaving. And it's really sad, but the blows to that young woman's body, and she looked to be way smaller than Dejanay, the blows she gave her, and that girl didn't even do nothing, and she ain't even hitting you back. Like you are a bully. That's just straight bullying. That's straight evil. And to me, she needs to be locked up. The person who recorded it needs to be locked up. The person who recorded it needs to be locked up. Everybody there on that trip needs to be questioned, and they need to be sued. If I was the mother, I would sue them for negligence. I will sue them because they left the body in Mexico. They left their body in Mexico, y'all. Like, you gotta be kidding me. So this is very serious. So Dejanay allegedly fled to Cleveland from North Carolina. I am guessing because her personal information has floated around social media. Sources allegedly have said, or this is just a rumor going around the internet, that she fled to Cleveland. I don't know who's in Cleveland. I don't know who could be protecting her, but it is something deeper than this. And I think they need to go ahead and call her in and arrest her. Somebody needs to be arrested. We're going to keep on talking until something happens, period. So here are all of Dejanay's stories from her Instagram account. This is everything that she's been doing since the news have broke. So I just want to understand, were they this vocal before everything went viral? Because I know everything happened so fast. This happened around the time Takeoff passed away. Takeoff passed away on November 1st. This happened on October 28th. So the next day was October 29th. This is when that happened. This did not get media coverage like other people who are non-Black gets media coverage. And it's very sad, because if this would have got media coverage sooner, you never know what could have happened. But because it seemed like everybody was trying to brush it or sweep it under the rug, and now it's resurfacing by the grace of God, it's resurfacing, and people are looking into this and taking a little bit more serious, now they want to speak out. Now they're doing interviews. And specifically, Dejanay, the one who caused this whole thing, in my opinion, the one who was fighting, she thinks she's famous. She's over here charging people for interviews. She talking about she's not speaking unless she get paid. Allegedly, she already did 2 interviews that are nowhere to be found. I think she's working with other people too. Some people are trolling. Some people are making fake accounts. I don't know who's who, but other people are saying, no, that's her. She keeps on making different accounts. And she even admitted on this here account that she was not going to do anything if nobody was going to pay her. So obviously this was not a friend of Shanquella's. This was not a friend. Shanquella, unfortunately, did not go with any friends. She went with all snakes. She went with a whole bunch of snakes and she didn't even know it. We have to use discernment. We have to use discernment. We can't let little stuff slide. Stop arguing with friends. You shouldn't be arguing with no friends. I understand disagreements, but I'm talking about arguments. I'm talking about full-blown arguments where you're dang near about to fight. This should not be happening. That is not a real friend. Real friends know how to communicate. Real friends are classy enough to go in a separate room if somebody is irritating you and don't let one person ruin your whole vacation. It doesn't matter what happened, what was said. Shanquella did not deserve the vicious attack that happened to her. She did not deserve to not be protected. She did not deserve to be scared and hurt while they sat there and kept on beating her, allegedly, and maybe multiple people, because in order to break someone's neck and their spine, you have to have kept beating them. It's not just that little, that clip that we see. You have to keep on attacking them. So we don't know if it was multiple people. We don't know if she kept on fighting her after she was already on the ground. But what we do know is that they did not call help on the first day, allegedly. They left her there to die. And obviously this was a setup, in my opinion. None of those people were her friends because no one stayed to make sure that her body got back home. They all cared about themselves. Now, and I'm sure one of them would have stayed and they needed help. They could have easily made a GoFundMe or something, and people, and God works in mysterious ways, really though. People would have probably supported them to get them back home. If they're talking about, oh, well, I didn't have money for a ticket. None of that matters when it comes to friends like this. If this is a true friend, not just you just saying that's your friend, a true friend will be there in life and death, period. I don't care what nobody say. A true friend is like family. A true friend is like a sister. A true friend is like a brother. A true friend is like a mother. A true friend is like a father. That's true friends. That's true love. These people didn't love her. They had no love for her. They hated her. The guy who was filming it, who was that guy filming it? Was it Nazeer or was it one of the other fellas? And why is the attention so much on Nazeer and Dejanay? Did they have something going on? I don't understand why someone would beat someone like that. That's just some evil mess, man, because they knew that she had nowhere else to go. They knew that, so that means it had to be multiple people. She didn't have no friends there at the end of the day, period. It's sickening, it's sad. I'm disgusted. And not to mention, it is a woman here on Twitter who is basically alleging that Nazeer, the guy who is claiming to be Shanquella's best friend who didn't save her or help her or stay with her, she said that he RAPED'd her. So we need to kind of see what the heck is going on, because all these tweets, now she coming out and telling her story. She claimed that he RAPED'd her and that he pretty much got away with it because his family had money for a lawyer, and basically he only got probation. So I don't know how true that is. I don't know. I have reached out to her. She has not yet responded, but we will see if she responds. Hopefully she'll be able to tell her story if she wants to. If not, that's fine. I will continue to go ahead and report on this, y'all. So let me know what you think of all this, man. I know this is just heartbreaking. It's heart-wrenching. It's hard to watch. It's hard to make these videos. But we got to keep on talking about it because the news is not talking about it, and they don't give us enough coverage because honestly our lives don't matter to anyone if it doesn't matter to ourselves. And if this is the reaction for someone passing away who's a woman compared to when Takeoff, George Floyd, or anybody else passes away, this is just utterly disgusting. And until next time, I will see y'all on the next video. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Peace.
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
No.